Why is it so hard to get a medical appointment on a whim sometimes? As patients, you may get frustrated, but behind the scenes, it's a very complex system that decides who gets to see a doctor and when that happens. And this is known as medical triage, and it's a process of prioritizing patients based off of the urgency of their needs and their immediate health status. So, how do hospitals and clinics manage this process, which is constantly changing on every phone call and with every patient that walks in? And the answer is they have to use a very powerful mathematical theory known as a Markov chain. And simply put, how this idea works is it maps out a system that moves between different states over time. So think of it like a board game, and where you land on your next turn depends only on where you are right now and not where you've been. So let's take this example into a hospital. If you call your doctor's office to make an appointment for a migraine you're having, the goal of the people doing triage is to analyze thousands of other calls like yours that are coming in and calculate the probability of you as a patient moving on from migraine to a more serious out versus somebody else that may be in a more dire emergency situation is what the hospital tries to assess as quickly as possible. And using this probability, the hospital then creates some type of a prioritization flow. And hospitals use this information all of the time to make decisions on things like how many staff should work at the hospital, or how many specialists should be available to patients, or even how many beds should be available in a hospital at any given time. And the funny thing about this is getting more hospital staff doesn't really solve this problem, because there is no point in time where we're ever going to have more hospital staff than patients. But the hospital is always going to have to prioritize which patient is the most severely ill versus who doesn't need immediate medical attention. And as a patient, it can be very hard to see how that benefits you immediately, because to you, your situation may be an emergency, but you really never know who is in a worse state than you are.